Colossal weapons! Woohoo! Elden Ring's worst, dumbest, and probably smelliest colossal weapon is the Troll's Hammer. This is a wacky weapon. For example, I don't understand why it has fire damage on it. Makes no sense. It's not that horrible, but I don't see any reason to ever use this weapon for any reason. I said reason twice, fucking stupid ass script. First weapon in C tier is the Ooga Booga Stick, or the Great Club. It's fine. It's whatever. Its weapon skill is the Golden Land for some reason. Probably makes sense somehow. Otherwise, not much of this weapon. It's fine. Next up, the DUELIST'S GREATAXE. What's there to say? It's the colossal weapon of this weapon class. Nothing cool or nothing really bad about it, except that it has the shortest range of all the colossal weapons. But yeah, it's a weapon, I guess. Rotten GREATAXE. It's the DUELIST GREATAXE, but it's rotten. Basically, this whole weapon could be erased if they added a rot infusion in the game, but since that's not a thing, we have weapons like this, whether it's just a worse than the base version, except this time there's rot. Rot is pretty OP though. Staff of the Avatar, I have nothing to say about it. There is almost nothing about this weapon I care about. The thing I do care about this weapon is its weapon skill, that being the enhanced butt slam, patent pending. I like the butt slam because it's quite funny, and honestly it deals pretty good damage. It's very slow though, and its recovery takes about a year. Kinda like trying to financially recover after getting hospitalized in America. Actually, that might take longer than a year. Next up is the Rotten Staff, and this is what I have to say about it. B tier starts with WATCHDOG'S staff. As a weapon that you hit people with, this is easy C tier stuff. But what makes this way better is that its weapon skill is a very powerful one. I still don't really like this weapon, but at least it's not a rotten weapon. Axe of Godfrey is next in line, and it's surprisingly average. Of course, it has a very unique and cool weapon skill, but it sucks. The startup Scream and the Gigafart that comes after takes so long to come out, and the Gigafart doesn't even deal worthwhile damage, so it's kinda whatever. The weapon skill also changes the heavy attack by basically making it unusable, by making it super slow. But if you do manage to hit something with it, then you are rewarded with a lot of damage. This next one broke my heart, and that is the ENVOY'S GREATHORN, because it isn't S tier, like how I wanted it to be. Damage-wise, it's okay, but its range is quite bad, its weapon skill, the big tooth, is so slow, and the damage is kinda disappointing. But since it's a big, fat horn, it deserves to get at least B tier. Lastly in B tier is the GOLEM'S HALBERD, and despite it being called a halberd, it still made its way into the colossal weapon class. And its special thing is it has a different heavy attack. Yippee. No, but for real, this weapon's not bad. The damage is good, and it even has very good range, and it looks kinda nice. A tier starts with the PRELATE's INFERNO CROZIER. On top of looking quite hilarious, this weapon does actually offer something good, that being goofy ass fire charge weapon skill and boatloads of damage. Or is it washing machines amount of damage? Or whatever you use for units in America. McDonald's? Yeah, anyways, in short, it has good damage, funny appearance that blocks your view during the worst time, and a goofy weapon skill. Second big weapon in A tier is Giant Crusher. It's big, it's fucking stupid, it's heavy like an average Burger King customer, and it's got big damage numbers. And if I remember correctly, this weapon has the highest amount of damage on a heavy attack of all the weapons in this entire game, so that's cool. Otherwise, this weapon is just hilarious, and much like the previous weapon, this one really likes to get in front of the cameraman, which gets old pretty fast. Next up, the Dragon's Claw. Honestly, this weapon was super forgettable when I first got it. I was sure that the weapon skill would be something cool like Red Lightning Explosion or something like that, but no, it's just Endure, so cool. The only reason why it's in A tier is because it looks really good, and more importantly, its damage. There's a lot of it. It's split between physical and lightning is pretty much always the lowest defense for basically all armored enemies in the game, so yeah, it's good. Elden Ring's second best colossal weapon is the Fire Giant Pizza Cutter, or the Geese's Will. It's got Bleed, Dashing Looks, Bleed, and a dumb-ass weapon skill, and of course, Bleed, because it's got it. Yeah, honestly, it's just that one goofy weapon from Bloodborne, reincarnated in Elden Ring. And guess what? It's still hella goofy and OP. And pretty easily, Elden Ring's best, strongest, and most whatever weapon is the FALLINGSTAR Beast's Jaw. It looks cool, it's the goddamn jaw of a great rock pitbull, and it has one of the most spammable easy win weapon skills in the game. Not only is the damage high on the weapon skill, you can also do it from a safe distance, and oh yeah, huge poise damage too. Not much else to say really. If you swing this weapon, then you are doing it wrong, because this weapon really isn't that good without the weapon skill. Right, that's that. And hey, look at this chart. Anyways, goodbye.